Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Vault, a podcast devoted to exploring the secrets to building wealth. I'm your host, Jen. And today's episode is, like most of our episodes, a call to action. Choose your own adventure. We all remember the very popular, interactive children's book series, where you get to decide how the story goes. If you want to enter the cave, turn to page 57. If you want to run away, turn to page 89. The series spanned all kinds of genres: space exploration, mysteries, time travel, adventure. And the progress and outcome of the story depended on what you, as the reader, chose to do. Well, life is very much that way. And your path to wealth and to success is very much that way. Life is an adventure. While this phrase may be overplayed, it really is. Life really is an adventure, and you can make of your life whatever you decide. As this episode is a call to action, we're going to hit you with a few harshly real ideas to consider. First, whether or not you are aware of it, whether or not you believe in it, and whether or not you like it, you exercise free will. Maybe you take that for granted. Or maybe you never really considered it. But think about it. No one is really making you do anything. You control your own actions, and you control your own thoughts. You may not like going to work. You may complain about work, but you choose to go to work. Out of all possible actions and decisions, you choose to go to your job each day. Don't complain to others about something you feel you have to do. It is your choice. You can decide to do something else, and no one will take pity on you. Life is about choices, and your choices decide your life, no one else's. Choices come with outcomes and consequences, for better or for worse, but it is you who chooses. And you will make mistakes, and you can dwell on those mistakes, or you can learn from them and improve your adventure going forward. Many people are afraid to make choices, and so they just let life happen to them instead of choosing their own adventure. But remember, your lack of a choice is also a choice. If you are unhappy or unsuccessful, you probably made choices that put you in that situation. You may or may not choose to be unhappy at this moment, but your previous choices led you here. If you are successful, if you are wealthy, if you are happy, it is very likely your choices and your actions that put you there, no one else's. You decide what path you want to take. Wealth, success, and happiness do not happen by accident. No one will hand them to you. Only you can decide how you think, how you act, how you react, and how you move forward on your path. If you don't like something that happens in your life, only you can choose how to respond or how to react to that, and only you can decide how to act going forward. If the idea of free will makes you uncomfortable, then you probably should not listen to this episode or this podcast. We will explore the idea of free will further in future episodes, but one of the basic premises of this podcast is that you exercise free will. Next, we'll repeat an idea that we've shared before. If the path you're on isn't going to get you to where you want to be, then change your path. Again, you exercise free will. And so if you find yourself on a path that isn't right, and it's not leading you toward success and wealth, then you have the choice and the freedom to change your path. You can alter the path you're on toward a better direction, or you can completely leave the path you're on and change it to another path. Play the tape forward. If the path you're on isn't going to get you to where you want to be, then change your path. This requires you to know what path you're on, and it requires you to know what your goal is. It requires awareness. It requires choice. In our episode titled The Law of Success, we discussed Napoleon Hill's idea of a definite chief aim. If you haven't identified what your definite chief aim is, if you can't state it clearly, then you have work to do. What is your purpose in life? Why do you get out of bed in the morning? What are you going to achieve with your life? What does success look like for you? Are you living with purpose? Do you have laser focus? If someone or something tries to derail you, do you push right through because you know where you are going? If what you've been doing and the way you've been thinking isn't working out for you, then stop it and do something different. We've mentioned several times about examining your underlying programming and being open to changing your programming. Again, this requires awareness. The next idea is, you're running out of time. Time is not on your side, and time is working against you. You have one life to live, and what you do with your life and how you live it is your choice. But whether or not you make your own choices, and whether or not life happens the way you want it to, time will pass, and your life is finite. That's a harsh reality, but it is the reality. Time is our most valuable, non-renewable asset. And as of the posting of this episode, no one has yet produced a working time machine. If you're 20, you're going to blink, and you'll be 50. And if you're 50, you're going to blink, and you'll be 80. Treat your adventure as a matter of life and death, because it is. Most jobs are simply trading time for money. While that may be necessary for part of your life, don't make it your entire life. Don't make a job your entire adventure. The job that you happen to have, by choice or not, does not define you. In the last episode, we asked, what would you do with $1 billion? And one conclusion we came to was that if you had $1 billion, you would likely spend your time far differently than you do today. You would likely put your time toward very important things. Meaningful goals. The pursuit of your life purpose. Well, knowing that time will eventually run out, what's stopping you from using your time toward your life purpose, toward meaningful goals, and toward very important things today? Only you can choose how you devote your time. The French phrase for wasting time actually means to lose time, because it is lost. It cannot be replaced. If you choose to waste your time, instead of pursuing your own adventure, then your time is lost forever. You will never get it back. Next, stop living someone else's dream, and stop living someone else's adventure. If you wake up every day, and you mindlessly go to work for someone else, you're probably functioning in support of someone else's dream, someone else's business enterprise, and someone else's path to wealth. If you choose to be a cog in the machine, if you're a cog in someone else's machine, if you're just functioning as part of the matrix, then you're likely not choosing your own adventure. And if you're moving through your life with people or things that are slowing you down or pushing you in directions you don't want to go, divest yourself of them. If they are working against you, find ways to free yourself of them, so that you can move through your adventure unencumbered and unimpeded. If they are slowing you down, it's because you choose to let them. Next, if you want wealth to be part of your adventure, then you must build something. In our episode titled, How the Rich Got Rich, we made it clear that building wealth primarily occurs when a person builds a business enterprise or a portfolio of investable assets. There is almost no other possible path that will lead you toward building real financial wealth. If that concept is clear, then what are you building? If you are not building something, then you have chosen that financial wealth is not part of your path. As we said, this episode is a call to action. Choose your own adventure. If you do not feel a sense of urgency, if you cannot state clearly your definite chief aim, if you are not pursuing your life purpose relentlessly, each and every day, then you may have to pause and reevaluate things. Or just accept the path you're on and keep the world spinning. It may seem like a luxury to pursue your life purpose, but you only have one shot at this. Your life is only the result of what you make of it. Your adventure is the result of what you make of it. If you feel you were dealt a bad hand of cards to start the game, well, those are the cards you were dealt. No one can change that. You have one shot at this life. You have one shot at this adventure. No one will feel sorry for you. And even if they do, feeling sorry for you doesn't fix anything. And you don't have time to feel sorry for yourself. There is an adventure ahead of you, and only you can make it happen. Only you can decide your own path. Only you can choose your own adventure. Choose your own path, or others will choose it for you. We said that we would throw some harshly real ideas at you to consider. Whether you want to embrace these realities or ignore them, the fact is that these realities exist. This podcast is all about making you think. Wealth and success are not easy. The path to success is savage combat. Face it, the forces of this world want to keep you lazy, unsuccessful, unfulfilled, distracted, and poor. If you want to remain this way, that's your choice. The Matrix is more than happy to keep you as a power source, to keep the Matrix running. But you can choose otherwise. You can choose your own adventure. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Vault. Subscribe and follow to receive new episodes as they are posted. We do not sugarcoat things on this podcast. We simply don't have time for that, and it doesn't benefit anyone. Share this episode and this podcast with your friends and colleagues and anyone else on the path to wealth. Thank you for listening to The Vault.